So the topic for today is exploring metta, cultivation of kindness, goodwill, loving kindness, exploring that relationship with respect to the last of the 8 factors of the Eightfold Path. So Samma Samadhi, right concentration, or wise calming of the mind. So just to give a little bit of context, no experience necessary. For the past 7 sessions together, we've been exploring the relationship between metta and the different factors in the Eightfold Path. And tonight we've made it to the 8th one. And the invitation for this exploration today is multifold. So again, as I've been saying previously, no previous experience necessary with any of these concepts. Everything that you need to know will be offered to you through the meditation. I'll just say a few words before we start the meditation. So samadhi, often translated as concentration. So that's what we're exploring tonight, the relationship between metta and concentration. I don't like the translation as concentration. I will use it because that's what is often used in this tradition for the translation of samadhi. But a better translation perhaps is to bring together, to unify, to settle, to calm the mind. Concentration can bring up the sense of efforting, like, oh, I need to concentrate. I have a math problem. I need to concentrate and solve it. So it can be effortful. Whereas actually samadhi, to bring together, coming from the root of to bring together, to gather, to collect the mind. The mind is much better collected when the body is relaxed. When the mind is relaxed, it gets collected much more easily than when it's tight and efforting with a furrowed brow. So the idea of practice of samadhi, the practice of samatha, the state is samadhi, the state of being gathered. The practice, the Brahma Viharas, the practices of the heart, which metta is one of, is actually taught also as not just the cultivation practice for our heart, to cultivate more goodness, friendliness towards ourselves and others, but also it is a samatha practice. It's a practice that will concentrate, that will collect the mind, that will settle to the mind, leading to absorption, leading to states of jhana, which are the absorptive states when the mind gets really, really, really calm and settled and cocooned. Then these absorptive states, absorption arises, that they're called jhanas. So many practitioners usually associate mindfulness of the breath, anapanasati, with the practice of samatha, concentration, and jhanas. But actually the Brahma Viharas, which again metta is one of, metta, cultivating goodness and friendliness, is a practice that can really calm, collect, and settle the mind to the level of absorption. So where does that bring us for our exploration tonight? So tonight the invitation is to explore the steadying aspect of the metta practice, how cultivating goodwill with one object, with an object in this case is one person, one being, which that being could be friend, neutral person, someone you have challenge with, yourself, the object of metta. Keep coming back, keep remembering, keep coming back to that object with goodwill, with goodwill. The phrases of metta can support the steadiness of mind. And through this practice, not only a sense of goodwill and friendliness is cultivated, but also the mind can get really, really settled and and the sense of ease and stability on the object of our metta. So tonight, that's the invitation for us to explore the sense of stability of the mind, the sense of stability. So coming back to the object, coming back to the object. So in this way of exploration, the invitation becomes when thoughts and memories and various emotions arise, see if it's possible to bow to them, to let them go, and just keep coming back to the object of metta. So that the mind can develop more stability by the end of the period. Again, this is a different way of exploring. We've been exploring in so many different ways as many of you have been joining. And this is the invitation for tonight, to lean into the stability, to lean into coming back to the object. Engagement over and over and over and over again. And see what happens. Does your mind, your body, your heart feels more calm, stable, more concentration, more stability, more gathering of the mind arisen by the end of the session? So that's the invitation for our exploration tonight. Okay? It's a different aspect of metta. So with that, I would like to invite all of us to get into our meditation posture. Settling, arriving. Settling in your cushion. Settling in your chair. Arriving in your body. Inviting your awareness to be collected, to be present in the sensations of the body. Feeling your feet on the ground, grounded. Feeling your bottom on the cushion on the chair. Feeling your hands touching each other or your lap. And inviting your whole body to relax with every out breath. Landing more deeply. The body landing deeply onto itself with each out breath. When the body relaxes, the mind can relax. Inviting the body to relax and receive the breath. And if at any point feel any tightness anywhere, inviting that area of the body to relax some more with the breath. Relaxed and engaged. Awareness engaged with the body, with the breath. Alert and relaxed. See how your mind can be engaged and alert. Engaged with awareness, and yet fully relaxed and at ease. And if thoughts, memories, emotions arise, there's nothing wrong with thinking, emotions in general. And right now, for the purpose of this exploration, this practice, with collecting and gathering the mind, the practice of samatha, bowing and letting go. Perhaps saying, not now, thank you. I'll come back to you. Come back to you later. And letting yourself rest with the breath, receiving the breath in a relaxed body, one breath at a time. Inviting the breath to be nourishing, to enjoy the breath. To enjoy a relaxed, soft body engaged with the breath, aware, alert, and relaxed. And now I'd like to invite you to bring to mind someone whom you don't know very well, a neutral person, someone you've met perhaps or seen, maybe working at a grocery store or a neighbor walking around. You don't have much of a history, not a strong like or dislike. They're another human being. They are a stand-in for all of humanity. Bring them to your mind's eye. With as much clarity as possible, this being, what they look like, their felt sense, as much as available. And realizing that this being, just like you, this being wants to be happy, this person. They're not different from you in that way. Just like you, they have hopes and dreams. Just like you. They've had challenges and disappointments. They've had sorrow and sadness, failure, grief. Just like you, they have hopes and dreams, gladness. There are things that they aspire to in this life. They have intentions. Just like you. Just like you, they're the object of affection of someone. Someone cares about this being. And just like you, they care about others. They love, care for, ache for others' well-being. Seeing the common humanity, the shared humanity between you and this being. in ways that are not so different. Maybe imagine them eating their favorite food. Imagine what their favorite food might be. Imagining them enjoying maybe their favorite flavor of ice cream, just like you. They're not so different. And from this place of appreciating common humanity, shared humanity, wishing them well, wishing them well-being. You can just simply say the phrases of simplified phrases of metta. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be well. Knowing that just like you, they want to be happy. They don't want to suffer. Sharing your goodwill freely, generously with another human being in this world. May you be happy. May you be well. Or if you have other phrases, you can say them. I'll also offer the 4 phrases of metta, the classic ones, and you're welcome to repeat those silently in your mind. May you be safe. May you be safe from inner and outer harm, fellow human being. May you be safe. May you be happy and joyful. I wish you happiness, fellow human being. I wish you health. May you be healthy and strong. May you enjoy good health, fellow human being. And may you have ease. May you take care of yourself happily. May your life flow with ease. May you have peace, fellow human being. Keeping their image up, their felt sense up, a sense of connection to their humanity. Again, if it helps to see them doing their favorite activity, favorite sport, eating their favorite ice cream flavor, bringing alive the sense of, oh, they're a human being. Their life is just as complex, their inner life, just as complex as yours is to you. Their life is just as dear to them as yours is to you. So from this place of shared humanity, staying with the phrases of metta, just as I wish to be safe, I wish you safety. Just as I want to be happy, may you be happy. Just as I wish to be healthy, I wish you health. And just as I wish to have ease, I wish you ease. Staying with the phrases of metta, the long version, the short version, or just the one word synchronized with your breath. Since we're exploring collecting the mind, samadhi, in this practice, stay with the phrases, the regularity of them. Stay with the image, with the person, with the object. Keep staying, keep engaging, planting seeds. safe, happy, healthy, ease, encouraging collecting of the mind, stability, staying with the object of metta. Refreshing the image, the felt sense of this being as brightly as possible as you share the phrases of metta with them in your mind, in your heart. If thoughts or ruminations are arising, bowing to them, offering them up in this moment without judgment, just simply letting them go like balloons, freeing them, helium balloons, and coming back to this being, the object of your metta, your phrases, building momentum, one breath at a time. And for the last moments of this practice period, turning the well wishes, the metta, the goodwill, friendliness to yourself, thanking yourself for having tried, for having attempted to align your intentions with your actions with your intentions, without any attachment to outcome. You've planted seeds, and now let go of hanging on to expectations. May I be safe, happy, healthy, and well. And may, in my appreciation of my own goodness, may I serve as best as I can, shine my light of goodness onto the world as best as possible. Thank you for your practice, everyone. So I'd like to invite you, if you want to share any reflections. I'll start by sharing the observation that today's practice, with leaning more into the stability, the collecting the mind, the samadhi practice, I realize that my heart is gladdened, and there's a sense of peace, spaciousness, landing, stability. That both are present. And to share with you that the quality of samadhi, of stability of the mind, that that arises from the practice of metta is actually different qualitatively, feels different as you can experience for yourself. And the metta jhanas, the absorptions, metta jhanas are qualitatively, they feel different from anapanasati, from breath. mindfulness of the breath jhanas for any of you who might be interested in those practices. Anyway, so I'd like to invite you to share what's coming up for you, maybe a word or a phrase or more than that. Please, you can type in chat or just unmute yourself and go. What's coming up for you? What came up? What did you notice? Katie, please, I see you're unmuted. Go ahead.
I probably about 5 minutes from the end, my breathing had been sort of like in my chest and stomach most of the time, but then the last 5 minutes I was like, all right, get in the zone, just go. And like my breath was just became so like smooth and settled and like in my belly, and it was really pleasant. So that was cool. I like this.
Nice. And did you notice that the sense of the smoothness of the breath, this beautiful breath that can arise, together also with a sense of gladness in the heart, because you are wishing another human being well.
Thank you for sharing that.
Sorry, say that again?
Thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah. Did you notice both of those present?
I did. Yeah. I was like depleted when I came because I'm a little bit hungry, and now I feel like energized again.
Sweet. Great. Lovely. Thanks so much for sharing your practice, Katie. Beautiful. Thank you. Lovely. Yeah. Please. I see Bhupal is unmuted next, and then Kim.
In one word, Nikki, just peaceful.
Peaceful. Yeah. Thank you, Bhupal. Yeah, appreciate that. The sense of samatha, the collecting of the mind. Sense of landing and peace, which I'm feeling right now too. Thanks for bringing that word into the space. Kim, please.
It was interesting feeling of wanting to get closer to the person. So I could definitely feel it in my body, and kept visualizing it was someone I was behind in line at the post office, like a half-hour line. And so almost wanting to collect her. At one point she was like on my shoulder, or sort of becoming me. And then there was a hug, and then they're like, well, this is kind of odd, but I don't know, this funny feeling of more than just the wishes, wanting to comfort her, draw her close, or become part of her. I don't know. I'm not sure how to explain it.
You're explaining it
different.
Yeah. Thank you, Kim. I so appreciate the way you're giving words to an experience that actually is part of so in Buddhist in the practice of metta, something that happens when we practice these practices intensely, and it seems like you in this way it clicked for you. It's called dropping of the boundaries. So the boundaries, so that what you're describing is reminiscent of kind of that state. So it happens with when one practices metta really intensely with all with all the categories, with oneself and with the dear person, benefactor, with the neutral person, which is what we were doing, person you don't really know, and even the person you're having challenges with. So these 4 categories, then one actually feels there's no difference. It's this neutral person feels like your best friend. You love them. You want to, they feel like your child, your parent, it just, there is no, the boundaries break. And the classical test after one has practiced these intensely is, you go to the teacher and they ask you, and I read this in Visuddhimagga a long time ago, and the question is, you'll be asked if the bandits came and wanted one of the four of you, if you're in a carriage and one of you was supposed to be given up, whom would you give up? And the correct answer, supposedly, after having, which is not the correct answer here, but really what the feeling comes about after considering all of these, you realize there is no difference. You can't give up your enemy or your challenging person anymore. You can't give up yourself. You can't give up any. They're all the same in the way of how your heart is relating. So I had read about this years ago and thought, wow, that sounds pretty wild. Like, I can't even imagine, like, if this question is asked of me, of course I would say, like, not of course, but it feels so it only became clear after I was practicing these Brahma Viharas, metta, intensely in a long silent retreat, and at the end I posed the question to myself, and I realized I couldn't choose. I really couldn't choose. And what really this, talking a lot about this, but the point really, whether one experiences or one hears about it, but this sense of how random our affection is, and how conditioned it is. We feel like there's something very special about people whom we hold dear, or ourselves, or maybe not ourselves, or it's all conditioned. We can have this sense of care, this metta, this unconditional metta for all these categories. It's all conditioned, based on conditions. So thank you so much for sharing, because that's what you were describing tonight. And you're like, wow, I wanted to take care of this person I don't even know. And they became me and I became them, right? That's where your mind was kind of opening up to. So I really appreciate you sharing your practice and not holding back.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Kim. Other reflections or questions, comments, complaints, challenges?
well, I hello?
Hi, yes,
Can
Brian.
you hear me? Okay, yeah,
Sure.
hi. Yeah, I have to admit I'm having some difficulties with metta practice, because there's someone in my life who is making things very difficult for me. And I find it very hard to apply the metta practice to them. I have trouble having the boundaries fall away. So
Don't even go for the boundaries. No, sorry. I wasn't mentioning that as
okay.
as something to set as a goal. That so just to be very clear.
Okay.
Yeah. That's not. I'm just talking about at the fruition of the practice could potentially look like that. So please,
I see.
For you and everyone, don't think like you're a failure because it's not happening. As I mentioned, it happened for me after a very intense period of practice. So let's just forget about that. So coming back to your question about having trouble with this being, so this is what I would recommend.
Okay.
Start with the category. Start with someone you care about. Practice with them. Practice with them first. Really prime the heart of the sense of care, goodwill, and then the next category would be try someone who's neutral.
Person.
Exactly.
Right.
Neutral person.
No, I mean, I have done that progression.
And then do bait and switch. Then let's realize that the challenging person is not so different from the neutral. So that is the way. There is no other recipe.
Okay, thank you very much.
You are very welcome. Yeah. So Brian, before you mute yourself, so have you tried that step-by-step approach with this person yet?
Not with this person, no.
I trust. Okay, so I
will try that.
I fully trust that if you will find a way in.
Okay.
I fully trust in this practice and in your ability to do that.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, okay. I will try.
Nikki,
Yes, Mary Christine.
I'm a little bit confused, or maybe very confused,
Tell me.
on the different angles of entering metta that we've looked at this week.
Yeah.
For some reason, to me, they're all the same. It's all about awareness of the moment that I'm in.
Yes.
But I don't think I've actually understood all the subtleties that you brought to it this week, because to me they all come down to the one. So maybe I need a lot more studying.
So we've been exploring the different aspects, the different relationships. It's always the same practice, right? You bring an object and cultivating, but they're different. It's like a light, you know, it's like having a prism that light shines, and it's just one light, but they're different colors, they're different. There's this aspect and that aspect. It's one practice, but they're from depending on which angle you look at, you see a different color. Like, oh yeah. So they're all in the white light. They're all in this practice. They're all in this practice, but they're these different nuances when you tune into. You're like, oh yeah, this color, this purple is in the white light. Oh yes, and the green is in the white light too. Oh yeah. So these are the nuances I've been pointing at.
The nuances, are they meant to feel different in my body or in my mind? Because they at this stage they're not. Yeah. I'm a little bit worried.
No, not to be worried. I mean, some of them might kind of resonate for you. Some of them might come up, and some may not. No, don't worry about it. Just do the metta practice.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. Great. So I've talked a lot. Let's switch to our practice in small groups. So my invitation tonight is to have the sense of stability that you have and the sense of care and metta, and see if you can listen to yourself speak for a minute or two and listen to others speak with a sense of stability, with a sense of groundedness, with a sense of, collect your mind being collected, and also a sense that, oh, this being that you don't know, they're just a human being just like you. They just want to be happy, just like you. So sharing that sense of metta for yourself and for them. And if no words come, just sit in silence together. And if tonight being in a group is not right for you, it's perfectly fine. And I may need to make it a little shorter tonight because there's so many rich questions. So here we go. I'm going to make the rooms and okay. Welcome back, everyone. So we just have 1 minute, maybe for a quick reflection, especially if you haven't spoken before. Please don't be shy. Go. Neil, please.
Yeah, I found thinking about the neutral person as they go through their life. I don't, just not just their daily life, but their life experiences. I found it made it much more relatable for me.
Yeah. Great. Appreciate you sharing what, as you were exploring and being creative, you notice what really works for you. And I often invite folks to be creative, to imagine a whole life for this other person. Maybe they've just lost someone they love. Maybe they've just succeeded in the sport they love, etc. For tonight, since we were doing the emphasis was exploring the calming of the mind, I didn't give those invitations that I usually give so that there was less proliferation. But if the focus really is on really connecting with the other person, then even imagining these life stories can be very, very helpful. But one thing that I did bring in very briefly, was to imagine them eating a favorite flavor of ice cream. And I don't know if you guys tried that on and whether you felt a connection. Yes, I see people not. It turns out there's actually research on this that if you imagine what kind of food somebody else that you don't know likes, there's a sense of connection. Not going into too much detail, but maybe I'll talk about that more next time, or maybe not. But maybe we'll do the neutral person more next time. We'll explore it from different directions. Maybe that's what we'll do tomorrow. I'll talk about it tomorrow because we are over time. Thank you all for coming and practicing. Thank you so much. May you all be well, safe, and happy. See you tomorrow night.
Thank you, Nikki.
Thank you, everyone.
And thank you
Thanks,
to
everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks. You can unmute yourself and say goodbye if you like.
Be well and safe.
Everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.